Hello students, lecture 109. In this lecture we will discuss two articles. One is the downfall of Bretton Woods and second is the change in the international economic system after the downfall of the Bretton Woods system. Up to this we have discussed that rise of Bretton Woods give rise to unprecedented growth of international economy. But after that, what had happened actually, that Bretton Woods did not match with the whatever changes were going on. So this downfall of Bretton Woods we'll discuss in 5 points. So first point to this is, after the Second World War, most of the Asian and African countries emerged as independent through decolonization process. They were now overburdened by poverty and lack of resources, and their economic and social aspects were almost handicapped, which were for a long time controlled by colonial powers. So, in this regard, the IMF and World Bank, which were designed to meet the financial needs of these industrial countries, they failed to manage the economic crisis of the newly emerging nations. The IMF and World Bank, which were generally termed as the Bretton Woods twins, they were not planned to meet the challenges of poverty and lack of development in the former colonies, now which are independent nations. But as Europe and Japan rapidly rebuilt their economies, and they were less dependent on the Bretton Woods institutions, that is IMF and the World Bank. So from 1950s onwards, the Bretton Woods institutions began to shift their attention towards developing countries. And then in this, the even after many years of decolonization, since decolonization process continued, so after that the former colonial powers still controlled their natural resources such as minerals, fossil, petroleum, and many other areas. At the same time, the most developing countries did not benefit from the fast growth of the Western economies, which experienced from 1950s to 1960s. Therefore, they started organizing themselves as a new international economic order, that is NIEO, New International Economic Order, or it was popularly called G77, group of 77 countries. These were the countries who did not get any benefit of the Bretton Woods institutions. So they organized and they demanded that now the system would give them, or the colonial power will give them, the real control over their natural resources, more developed assistance in the international markets, fair prices of their raw material, and better access for their manufactured goods in developed countries and in the international markets. So these were the three demands of the newly emerged Group 77 or the G77. From 1960s, the rising prices of overseas trade and their involvement weakened the US finances. Means American finances got poor response, become weak. Then US dollar now no longer commanded the confidence in the world market, and it was no longer considered as the principal currency, main currency. So consequent to this eventually led to the collapse of system of fixed exchange rate, which was the prime decision of the Bretton Woods. Fixed exchange rate, that gold was fixed to 35 American dollar. Now it has changed to floating exchange rate. Floating exchange rate means now cost of American dollar and gold in the international market will change on daily basis. And from mid 1970s, the international financial system also changed, and Bretton Woods came to a stop, and its twin organs, that is IMF, International Monetary Fund, and World Bank, started operating independently. So this is how Bretton Woods came to an end, and its twin organs, IMF and World Bank, emerged as independent, and they started operating independently. Now changes which came after the end of Bretton Woods system in the international economic system. From mid 1970s, the international financial system changed in an important ways. It was changed. Earlier, developing countries could turn to the international institutions for loans and developed assistance, but now they were forced to borrow from Western commercial banks and private lending institutions. That focus was shifted towards other lending or borrowing institutions. This led to periodic debt crisis in the developing countries and lower incomes and increased poverty, especially in Africa and Latin America, that is South America. So poverty started, and other crises of economy also resurfaced over there. The industrial world was also hit by an unemployment that began rising from mid 1970s and remained high until the early 1990s. From the late 1970s, MNCs, multinational companies, also began to shift production operations to low wage countries like Asian countries and China, because in these countries the cost of production was lower, so the goods were produced at low cost and they could sustain in the international market. So these were the changes experienced after the downfall of the Bretton Woods institutions. With this, the chapter Making of the Global World is over. I hope my lectures are helping you, and you keep on watching. And in the description area, I'm always putting in some important questions based on the articles, whatever is discussed in the lecture. Thank you very much.